Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Paradigm, coming to you live with the colors in the background. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, come to the Twitch. We are actually popping. We're working hard, and we want to see you here too. I was on my phone just chilling one day, just absorbed in like TikTok. I was going through it and everything, and I stumbled upon something. And I normally would show my chat this at this time, but we're gonna try to do this through narration so that way you can kind of feel the growth of how I got to this point. What ended up happening for me is I saw something that impacted me because it reminded me of something. Now, these are obviously vague statements and you want me to go a little bit deeper. I'm trying to set the stage here because I didn't expect this to happen. But I was sitting, relaxing after the stream, and this guy was talking about how beautiful these games were that he used to play back in the day. And my brain was like, well, you could still play those games. Like, they're emulators and everything. You don't have to be going through, it was a long ass TikTok, but you don't have to be going through everything that you was going through to try to find these games. And I realized something, and I don't know if it was the fact that the sun was down, or I was getting ready to smoke, or I was just like in my head, but I started thinking back to when I was a kid. And I remember playing Mega Man Battle Network 3 on the Game Boy Advance. And I remembered less about the game, even though that's one of my favorite games of all time. I remembered that I would play it like on the bathroom, on the toilet. I would play it on the train. I would play it wherever we were going. I would always be on my Game Boy Advance. And I started recognizing something from that. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. That's the conversation. I want to talk to you about the way the nostalgia goes. As we grow up and as we start to really walk into this advancement of technology and how we're supposed to be feeling with the world and how we can quickly adapt to new feelings, new circumstances, new everything. I started wondering, what are we trying to reclaim so much that we seem to have lost it along the road? And then I realized something. It's not about what we miss. It's not about it's not about the physical items themselves. The reason why this generation is so tapped into nostalgia is because we remember what pleasure it used to give us. Now, obviously, this can go back all the way to the beginning of time, I guess. It was always better in the old days, but we never had such an advancement as the phone or devices that we could walk around with and communicate with people with. What we're missing is that urge to have everything in a certain place and time. We used to talk to our friends, when we could get on a computer. Being on the internet while having it in your hand wasn't a thing 20 years ago. We tried very hard with the PSP to launch the internet, and if you know anything about the PSP's web browser, that shit was garbage. Even the Wii's net browser was like hard garbage. It wasn't until PCs became more of an affordable concept for people that they were actually, playing video games on the internet. But I want to go back to that Game Boy Advance, and I want to talk to you about not all of them, but just the general feeling of those experiences that I had with that game, because I used to meet up with my friends and we'd have a net battle, and you had to put in your link cable and you had to share it with, you had to be in the same vicinity as people. Now I know that argument is old. Split screen gaming is way better than online gaming today. We've been through that, we've hashed that over. But then I started remembering the times I would do it after school. You'd have to set up a time where you could go over to somebody's house. You'd have to do all of these expansive things to expend energy, to spend time with people. And now we have that at the ease of our fingertips. And I feel like we never got a chance to slow down and really ask ourselves, what does that mean for the way that we treat friendships?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What does that mean for the way that we really come together as a people to share in entertainment? Maybe that's why the movie theater is still such a big thing. Because maybe we're missing that maybe we're missing that connection that I feel like technology just made easier, but less of it making easier, but more of the times in which we would use it. There were specific times set out for us when we were younger that we would be able to, get on the game. I'll see you on a 7. My minutes run out. My minutes are free after 9. You're not worried about that now. Technology advanced and gave you the ease, but you forgot that you built patterns out of talking to people at certain times of the day. We got older and now I got all this free time on my hands. What are we gonna do with that? What are we supposed to feel with that? How can I reclaim the same glory of playing Mega Man Battle Network 3 with my friends with a link cable, or Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories with my friends? How can I get back to the experience of a Pokemon battle where you sat there by yourself on your screen for 4 hours at a time and you're just leveling up, you're just grinding. I can't wait to show my friends my level 100 Pikachu. I can just hack a ROM now and just get that shit for free. I could play that shit right now. I got the emulator. The ease took what we loved out of what we used to like and made it so easy for us to grab our hands onto that now we don't know where to go with it. The reason why we're so attached to nostalgia is not because we don't have those things at our hands anymore, but because they don't mean as much to us anymore. Because there's more and more and more and more, and there's not enough time to be able to sit there and appreciate what you're doing because we constantly live in that grind. We got fucking World War III on the brink like right now. I don't want to go outside in the middle of a pandemic and go link up with somebody with a link cable, bro. Launch that Hamachi right now. I get you on an emulator. And maybe we should have slowed down for a second and said, hey, we're the generation that this technology is being made for. Let's not let it take over the way we communicate. Because that experience of going out to a game store and buying a brand new game that just came out, that's kind of dead now. I could do that shit online. I can get it mailed to me. Now, I'm not saying that these things weren't available to us before. But what I started to notice is that the seasons also, and let's go into another story. Tony Hawk's Project 8, a game I really liked. Back, the PS2 era was the golden era. I didn't have online play. I didn't have internet in my house. If I wanted to play against somebody, we had to set up a PS2 at the after-school center, or you had to come over to somebody's house. Yo, you got a working controller? Yeah, I got that jank one from GameStop. You know that, or it wasn't called GameStop at the time. It was EB Games for me. I got that jank controller from EB Games that has a turbo function and a button. You could just use that one. Those created experiences that we latched on to what we were actually growing with. And nobody told us how to handle it when that would go away. It just advanced. It just moved forward. And what I'm scared about is that we approach nostalgia in the way that we can see old videos, our old music videos with all this and that. It's all concentrating into one experience that we cannot separate what we're truly trying to enjoy out of it versus the distraction of just being on the platform itself. YouTube is a great thing, and I went through an entire video essay on how YouTube killed the internet, and I'm sure that's going to drop at some point. Aggregating these sources into one place doesn't give us that same feeling. You wasn't there when we was watching. It's okay. We weren't there when we were watching the anime in 3 parts on YouTube. You wasn't there. You wasn't shooting in the gym with us when it was Bleach, episode 62, part 1 of 3. Those are experiences that don't exist anymore. Usage of a lot of the experiences that my generation, I want to specifically say my generation here, that we grew up with as we watch technology advance itself step by step, are just things that don't exist anymore. And just like these old ass politicians that are sitting here telling us how the world used to be and still making legislation and laws about things that we don't really care about anymore and they could be doing more to help, we got to say inside ourselves, are we progressing in that same direction to say for ourselves that the old time was better? We still got access to every single thing there. We could just make it so. We have the world at our fingertips, and we have more control than we're allowing ourselves to believe. We don't have to be cogs in the machine to enjoy the things that we used to. We can create those groups, and those groups exist, those forums exist, those places exist where people are still net battling. There are people probably still meeting up in some fucking goddamn forsaken state and doing the same thing, you know? Super Smash Brothers Melee is still a thing that gets shared amongst communities. But it feels different because the way you go out of your way to find these communities is at the simple touch of a Google search. Maybe everything's so simple now that you don't feel that transition. Maybe you're too young to understand where I'm coming from. Maybe you're too old and you've seen the world already elapse from the day the first television dropped all the way to these HD plasma screens. It could be a mix of both. We don't know, and I don't know. I can only talk to you from my experience. But what I miss the most is this identity that we are all older now, so we can't do the things that we used to do. We can't play the games that we used to play. They're just not fun to you anymore because you know you got a whole Steam library full of 500 games that you have easy access to. So you kind of just, I don't want to get into a game. I don't want to do that. I got work the next day. I got this the next day. I got bills to pay. I got this. Yeah, we became adults. But we're also the engineers of this shit. It was made for us, you know. PSP still exists. You can still emulate those games. Oh, but I ain't got time to go look up an emulator. I'm just gonna load up the next game of Warzone. I understand. I feel that. But what I'm trying to get you to feel is that the empathy that you're looking for when it comes to nostalgia is being lost within the network of how easy it is for us to just view it and then move on. And I hate to make it personal for you. I hate to make it personal for myself, but that's exactly what I don't want out of my name. I don't want you to remember me 10 years down the road and ask what happened to that guy. No, I'm still here. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be here for me, because if I give up, that means that you technically have the right to give up too. And you're not giving up, so I'm not giving up. And I'm not giving up, so you're damn sure not giving up. There's a pattern, there's a method, there's a feeling, there's a thing that we're all trying to reach. That's right, we never stopped. And I get it. And I get it. I understand it. And I know how hard it is to try and fall in love with the world again, but we could do it. We can do it. We can do it. I promise you. The identity of looking at nostalgia from a rose-tinted lenses, this shit is still there. The people are still there. I'm still here. Let's go play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. If we're so concerned that technology and life is passing us by, let's make those experiences feel like they used to with the new technology. Let's take that old head, it was better in the past thing that they're legislating us with. Let's take let's take that overhead and let's say, nah, we're not gonna fall into that same trap. How about instead, we take the worlds and we just combine them? Let's take the nostalgia we want and apply it to the things that we have. Yeah, Fortnite gaming for 4 hours. Yo, bro, you on? You on? I'm on Discord. You on? You on? I got it. Yeah, you on? You on? I got the Super Mario, I got the Super Mario collection. The what's the thing? It's right here. Super Mario 3D. You want to focus? I would love it if you could focus. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Hey, yeah, like this right here is youth. Different packaging though. I didn't work that hard for it. I can amalgamate my games into one collection, so it don't feel the same as popping in a cartridge. I remember popping in cartridges. I remember the Sega Genesis 3. Y'all already know, and I hate if somebody clipped this, but you remember that? Blow into the cartridge, it'll work. I haven't blown into a cartridge in over 10 years. We use discs and little game cases, little tiny things. Yeah, it's different. And yeah, it's gonna be hard to try to reclaim that feeling even if you tried your hardest and you're stuck to your guns and you said, I'm gonna play all the old shit, it's not gonna feel the same. It's not gonna age up because you've already seen better. But that's on you. This nostalgic feeling that we keep trying to chase is on us to reclaim back. It's on us to bring back. It's on us to feel. And I want you to know that you're not alone in this. I feel it too. So we're gonna try to keep bringing them vibes. If you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified. I talk on Twitch, usually Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, or whenever I feel like it. How about you join my Discord and figure out where and when I'm streaming? Because I might just abandon the whole schedule and just stream 1 day a week. You don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm fucking insane. Oh God. Oh God, oh God. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Like and sub, ya gremlins!